Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, counter-spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve. Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet. Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into a time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
This is a show that I always like airing this time of year. And whether Easter has come and gone or whether Easter is still coming up, this is a show that is very important to the season. And we're going to take our break very, very early this hour, simply because I want as much of this show to be as uninterrupted as possible. It is an episode of the CBS Radio Workshop. This was originally broadcast on Easter Sunday, April 21st, 1957. It is a passion play entitled The Son of Man. And we'll let you hear this in its entirety, or at least most of it, when Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox continues in just a few moments here on your favorite radio station.
Hi, this is Kyle Horvath with the White Pine County Tourism and Recreation Board. If you want to get away from the big cities and get back to nature this summer, give us a call at 775-289-3720 or visit us online at elinevada.net. There's so much to do and see I can't mention it in 30 seconds, but check out our website and you'll see what Nevada is really all about. elinevada.net or follow us on Facebook or Instagram. Give us a call at 775-289-3720 or visit us online at elinevada.net.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for healthcare can save the typical family $500 a month, and that's huge, but it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The customer satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. MediShare works. It's been around for more than a quarter century, and members have shared more than $3 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. 833-34-BIBLE. That's 833-34-BIBLE. 833-34-BIBLE.
Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, the CBS Radio Workshop production of Son of Man, a passion play. This was originally broadcast on Easter Sunday, April 21st, 1957.
From Hollywood, the CBS Radio Workshop, dedicated to man's imagination, the theater of the mind. The CBS Radio Workshop presents The Son of Man, a passion play.
The words of the Passion and Resurrection are taken from the four Gospels in the King James Version of the Bible. The music is the music of Bach. There are four speaking voices. The words of St. Mark are read by Herbert Marshall. Those of St. Matthew by Robert Young, St. Luke by Victor Jory, and St. John by Vincent Price. These, with the music, make up the play. That is to say, the music has an actor's part, for Johann Sebastian Bach was himself a witness, not to the event, but to the meaning of the event. Of the four speakers, Mark, Matthew, Luke, and John, we know little beyond the words they wrote in their Gospels. These words, however, have much to say of their characters as men and of the differences between them. Mark speaks with the simplicity of an old man remembering what he himself had seen, the voice of one who had taken part in great actions. The Gospel according to Mark.
The beginning of the gospel of Jesus Christ, the Son of God. As it is written in the prophets, Behold, I send my messenger before thy face, the voice of one crying in the wilderness, Prepare ye the way of the Lord, make his paths straight. And John did baptize in the wilderness, and preached, saying, There cometh one mightier than I after me, the latchet of whose shoes I am not worthy to stoop down and unloose.
Matthew speaks with the force and authority of one who respects the past, one who has labored and lived among the people, listening long to their stories and putting the great narrative together with love and humility and passion. The Gospel according to Matthew.
The book of the generation of Jesus Christ, the son of David, the son of Abraham. So all the generations from Abraham to David are 14 generations. And from David until the carrying away into Babylon are 14 generations. And from the carrying away into Babylon unto Christ are 14 generations.
Luke's voice is the worldly but profoundly believing voice of a man who had journeyed much in the great cities of the Roman world. He was a cosmopolitan, an urbane and sensitive observer, to whom the narrative was true not only for the province of Judea, but for the Roman Empire and for the world. The Gospel according to Luke.
Forasmuch as many have taken in hand to set forth a declaration of those things which are most surely believed among us, it seemed good to me also, having had perfect understanding of all things from the very first, to write unto thee, in order that thou mightest know the certainty of those things wherein thou hast been instructed.
John testifies not by the witness of his eyes, but of his soul. John is the mystic, the penetrator, to whom the past exists in the present, and the present exists in eternity, and whatever was, still is, and always will be. The Gospel according to John.
In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And the Word was made flesh and dwelt among us, full of grace and truth. No man hath seen God at any time. The only begotten Son, which is in the bosom of the Father, he hath declared him.
The Son of Man, the passion and resurrection of our Lord Jesus Christ.
When the morning was come, all the chief priests and elders of the people took counsel against Jesus to put him to death. And when they had bound him, they led him away and delivered him to Pontius Pilate, the governor. Then Judas, which had betrayed him, when he saw that he was condemned, repented himself, and brought again the 30 pieces of silver to the chief priests and elders, saying, I have sinned in that I have betrayed innocent blood. And they said, What is that to us? See thou to that. And he cast down the pieces of silver in the temple and departed, and went and hanged himself.
Then lead they Jesus from Caiaphas unto the hall of judgment, and it was early, and they themselves went not into the hall of judgment. Pilate therefore went out unto them, and saith, What accusation bring ye against this man?
And they began to accuse him, saying, We found this fellow perverting the nation,
and forbidding to give tribute to Caesar, saying that he himself is Christ, a king.
Then said Pilate unto them, Take ye him, and judge him according to your law. They said unto him, It is not lawful for us to put any man to death. Pilate therefore said unto him, Art thou a king then? Jesus answered, Thou sayest that I am a king. To this end was I born, and for this cause came I into the world, that I should bear witness unto the truth. Pilate saith unto him, What is truth?
Then said Pilate to the chief priests and to the people, I find no fault in this man.
And the chief priests accused him of many things, but Jesus yet answered nothing, so that Pilate marveled.
Now at that feast the governor was wont to release unto the people a prisoner whom they would. And they had then a notable prisoner called Barabbas. Therefore when they were gathered together, Pilate said unto them, Whom will ye that I release unto you, Barabbas, or Jesus, which is called Christ?
So they cried out all at once, saying, Away with this man, and release unto us Barabbas.
Pilate saith unto them, What shall I do then with Jesus, which is called Christ?
And they cried out again, Crucify him. Then Pilate said unto them, Why, what evil hath he done? And they cried out the more exceedingly, Crucify him.
When Pilate saw that he could prevail nothing, but that rather a tumult was made, he took water and washed his hands before the multitude, saying, I am innocent of the blood of this just person. See ye to it.
And he released Barabbas, that for sedition and murder was cast into prison, whom they had desired, but delivered Jesus to their will.
And the soldiers led him away into the hall called Praetorium. And they called together the whole band, and they clothed him with purple, and plaited a crown of thorns, and put it about his head, and began to salute him, Hail, King of the Jews! And they smote him on the head with a reed, and did spit upon him, and bowing their knees worshipped him.
And after they had mocked him, they took the robe off from him, and put his own raiment on him, and led him away to crucify him. And as they came out, they found a man of Cyrene, Simon by name. Him they compelled to bear his cross.
And there followed him a great company of people and of women, which alas bewailed and lamented him. But Jesus, turning unto them, said, Daughters of Jerusalem, weep not for me, but weep for yourselves and for your children.
And when they were come unto a place called Golgotha, that is to say, a place of a skull,
into a place called the place of a skull, which is called in the Hebrew Golgotha.
They gave him to drink wine mingled with myrrh.
They gave him vinegar to drink, mingled with gall. And when he had tasted thereof, he would not drink.
And when they were come to the place which is called the skull, there they crucified him.
Was the third hour, and they crucified him.
And they crucified him, and parted his garments, casting lots. And sitting down, they watched him there.
Then said Jesus, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do.
And with him they crucified 2 thieves, the one on his right hand, and the other on his left.
And they that passed by reviled him, wagging their heads and saying, Thou that destroyest the temple and buildest it in 3 days, save thyself. If thou be the Son of God, come down from the cross.
Likewise also the chief priests, mocking, said among themselves with the scribes, He saved others, himself he cannot save.
The thieves also which were crucified with him cast the same in his teeth.
And it was about the 6th hour, and there was a darkness over all the earth until the 9th hour, and the sun was darkened.
And about the 9th hour Jesus cried with a loud voice, saying, Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani. That is, my God, why hast thou forsaken me?
And some of them that stood by, when they heard it, said, Behold, he called Elias.
And straightway one of them ran and took a sponge, and filled it with vinegar, and put it on a reed, and gave him to drink. The rest said, Let be. Let us see whether Elias will come to save him.
And Jesus cried with a loud voice, and gave up the ghost.
And behold, the veil of the temple was rent in twain from the top to the bottom. And the earth did quake, and the rocks rent, and the graves were opened.
And when the centurion saw that he so cried out and gave up the ghost, he said, Truly this man was the Son of God.
And all the people that came together to that sight, beholding the things which were done, smote their breasts. And all his acquaintance and the women that followed him from Galilee stood afar off, beholding these things.
When the even was come, there came a rich man of Arimathea named Joseph,
which also waited for the kingdom of God.
This man went to Pilate and begged the body of Jesus. Then Pilate commanded the body to be delivered.
And Joseph bought fine linen, and took him down, and wrapped him in the linen, and laid him in a sepulchre which was hewn out of a rock.
And he rolled a great stone to the door of the sepulchre, and departed.
And the women also which came with him from Galilee followed after, and beheld the sepulchre, and how his body was laid.
And there was Mary Magdalene, and the other Mary, sitting over against the sepulchre.
And they returned and prepared spices and ointments, and rested the Sabbath day according to the commandment.
Now the next day, the chief priests and Pharisees came together unto Pilate, saying, Sir, we remember that deceiver said, while he was yet alive, "After 3 days I will rise again." Command, therefore, that the sepulchre be made sure until the 3rd day, lest his disciples come by night and steal him away, and say unto the people, "He is risen from the dead." So the last error shall be worse than the first. Pilate said unto them, "Ye have a watch. Go your way, make it as sure as ye can." So they went and made the sepulchre sure, sealing the stone and setting a watch.
And when the Sabbath was past, Mary Magdalene and Mary the mother of James and Salome had bought sweet spices that they might come and anoint him. And very early in the morning, the first day of the week, they came unto the sepulchre.
Very early in the morning,
when it was yet dark,
and they found the stone rolled away from the sepulchre.
And entering into the sepulchre, they saw a young man sitting on the right side, clothed in a long white garment, and they were affrighted. And he saith unto them, Be not affrighted. Ye seek Jesus of Nazareth, which was crucified. He is risen. He is not here. Behold the place where they laid him.
The conclusion of The Son of Man, a Passion Play, episode of the CBS Radio Workshop from Easter Sunday, April 21st, 1957, following these important words from your favorite station.
Are you in bad pain? You know what I mean. Your knees hurt, your shoulder hurts, your elbow and back are constantly killing you. And I'm sure you've tried every pain pill or cream available at the drugstore. Am I right? Well, here's something you haven't tried. Pain Magic. Pain Magic is not available at any drugstore. The only place you can get it is by calling the special toll-free number I'm about to give you.
And to make things even better, call right now and find out about our buy one, get one free offer. We're so confident it'll work for you that we offer a free bottle with your purchase. No prescription required.
Call now to learn how you can get Pain Magic and get rid of your pain. Remember, your results may vary.
800-492-8164. 800-492-8164. 800-492-8164. That's 800-492-8164.
No offense, but are you a little fat when you look in the mirror? How would you like to learn the secrets to lose 3 to 5 pounds a week easily, without joining the gym or going through any crazy diets? It's called Body Sculpt by Med Diet. For the last 2 decades, we've been helping people just like you that have pounds they want to shed. We've helped millions of people lose thousands and thousands of pounds over the years. And now it's your turn. Learn the secrets of how to lose weight with one simple phone call. You'll see an amazing difference in a matter of days. Don't believe us? We'll offer you a money-back guarantee. If you're ready to start losing weight right now, call right now to learn more about your risk-free order to Body Sculpt.
Call for your risk-free offer. 800-738-5332. 800-738-5332. 800-738-5332. That's 800-738-5332.
Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, the conclusion of the CBS Radio Workshop, Easter Sunday, April 21st, 1957, The Son of Man, a Passion Play.
He is not here, for he is risen, even as he said.
He is not here, but is risen. Remember how he spake unto you when he was yet in Galilee, saying, The Son of Man must be delivered into the hands of sinful men, and be crucified, and the 3rd day rise again. And they remembered his words. And they returned from the sepulchre and told all these things unto the 11 and to all the rest. And these words seemed to the disciples as idle tales, and they believed them not. Then arose Peter, and ran unto the sepulchre, and stooping down, he beheld the linen cloths laid by themselves.
Then cometh Simon Peter following him, and went into the sepulchre, and seeth the linen cloths lie, and the napkin that was upon his head, not lying with the linen cloths, but wrapped together in a place by itself. Then went in also that other disciple, which came first to the sepulchre, and he saw and believed.
Now when Jesus was risen, he appeared first to Mary Magdalene.
Mary stood without at the sepulchre, weeping. And as she wept, she stooped down and looked into the sepulchre, and seeth two angels in white, sitting, the one at the head and the other at the feet, where the body of Jesus had lain. And they say unto her, Woman, why weepest thou? She saith unto them, Because they have taken away my Lord, and I know not where they have laid him. And when she had thus said, she turned herself back, and saw Jesus standing, and knew not that it was Jesus. Jesus saith unto her, Woman, why weepest thou? Whom seekest thou? She, supposing him to be the gardener, saith unto him, Sir, if thou hast borne him hence, tell me where thou hast laid him, and I will take him away. Jesus saith unto her, Mary. She turned herself, and saith unto him, Rabboni, which is to say, Master. Jesus saith unto her, Touch me not, for I am not yet ascended to my Father, but go to my brethren and say unto them, I ascend unto my Father and your Father, and to my God and your God.
You have just heard the CBS Radio Workshop's production of The Son of Man, the story of the passion and resurrection of our Lord Jesus Christ. All of the words were taken from the four Gospels of the New Testament and were arranged for this broadcast by Archibald MacLeish. The words of St. Mark were spoken by Herbert Marshall, those of St. Matthew by Robert Young, St. Luke by Victor Jory, and St. John by Vincent Price. Introductory words were spoken by Raymond Burr. The music was extracted from the B minor Mass and the Passion, according to St. Matthew, by Johann Sebastian Bach. The Son of Man was produced and directed in Hollywood by William N. Robeson.
Easter Sunday, April 21st, 1957, the CBS Radio Workshop on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.
Are you suffering with arthritis or osteoporosis? Do you have diabetes? Did you know that these are just two of the hundreds of diseases that have seen improvement with Dr. Wallach's incredible longevity products? You can't get them at a health food store. The only way to get them is to call us at 800-214-0065. That's 800-214-0065. Do you have heart disease, fibromyalgia, or high blood pressure? Do you have a terrible time losing weight? Dr. Wallach can help. He was a veterinarian and cured diseases in animals. He felt that he could do the same for humans, so he became a physician. Over 50 years of research and helping people like you goes into every bottle of Dr. Wallach's amazing discoveries. Do you want to feel better? Learn how to treat the cause of your problem rather than covering up the symptoms with drugs. Call 800-214-0065. That's 800-214-0065. 0065.
We get requests for this show all the time, and usually something comes in the way of it. I don't have a lot of great episodes of it, but here's an episode of the Challenge of the Yukon, better known by many of you as Sergeant Preston of the Yukon. But this episode was originally broadcast March 7th, 1946, entitled Mad Wolf.
The Challenge of the Yukon.
On King! On, you husky!
The Wonder Dog King, swiftest and strongest of Eskimo lead dogs, blazes the trail through storm and snow for Sergeant Preston as he meets the Challenge of the Yukon. Sergeant Preston was typical of the small band of Northwest Mounted Police who preserved law and order in the new Northwest country, where the greed for wealth and power led to frequent violence and bloodshed. But in spite of the odds against them, Sergeant Preston and his Wonder Dog King met that challenge, and justice ruled triumphant. Sergeant Preston of the Northwest Mounted Police was making his usual patrol from Dawson to Selkirk. With him was Andy Carruthers, a trapper who lived between the two towns. King, Preston's big, huge, husky lead dog, was breaking the trail ahead when suddenly a gray shape appeared.
Preston, look up ahead. A wolf. Oh, King. Right here, King. Andy, give me that rifle.
Yeah. You got him.
Lie down, King. Stay right here, boy. Don't move.
That's the first time I ever saw a timber wolf try to attack a dog team.
It wouldn't unless something were wrong with it, Andy. Let's have a look.
That wolf would have attacked King if he hadn't called him back.
Something funny about that. Should have run away at the sound of the dog team.
Gee, what a big fella.
Careful, Andy. Don't touch his head or mouth.
What do you think was wrong with him?
You see that thick saliva coming out of its mouth?
Yeah?
This wolf has rabies in an advanced stage, and it would attack anything it saw.
Gosh. It was lucky you shot it before it got to King.
Trouble is, it may have infected other animals in this territory.
Yeah?
There's an Indian village near here, isn't there?
Well, there's one about 5 miles west of here.
And they may have dogs and horses. Guess I better go over there. Some of their animals may have been bitten. I don't like to take my dogs. If any of their animals have been infected, it may be dangerous.
Well, why don't you leave them with me? My cabin ain't far from here, and I got a shed I can put them in.
It's a good idea, Andy. I'll leave King and the team with you and go over by myself.
About a mile the other side of the Indian village, toward which Preston was traveling, 2 men were filling bottles in a small cabin. The pale liquid they were pouring filled the cabin with a rank odor.
How them redskins can drink this stuff is more than I can figure. They love it. It's enough to take the inside off a steel boiler.
What do we care? As long as they're willing to trade good furs for it, we don't have to worry about what it's doing to them. I'll be glad when we get enough furs to pull out of here. I'm sick of making this.
Heck, we ain't even started. We're staying here a long time. Why, this is the best trapping territory in 100 miles. Those foxskin they're bringing in are worth a fortune.
As long as we don't tangle with the law.
Oh, there's no danger of that. This village ain't near a town, and the Indians have always been peaceful. We're far off the trail, too.
Has Redbird got back from his trapping yet?
Yeah. Brought in that last batch of furs today while you were away. 6 of the finest pelts you ever saw. Given to me for 2 bottles.
Redbird's our best customer since he learned to drink. He's sure a good trapper.
Redbird put his small bundle of furs in the corner of his hut. White Fawn, his young squaw, looked at it anxiously.
You not have good luck?
No. Trap's empty.
This not good. Everyone say Redbird best trapper in village. This not true.
Me good trapper.
Maybe trade furs for fire water?
Oh, stop talk. Someone come. Looks like white man.
Any of you speak English?
Redbird, come make talk.
Are you Redburn?
Huh?
You speak English?
Huh?
I'm Sergeant Preston, Northwest Mounted Police.
Police? What police want?
I want to find out how many dogs and mules you have in this village. Can you tell me?
Many dogs, 3 mules.
Any of them been bitten by anything lately? Or any of them sick?
No.
Our mule come back with bite on leg.
Oh?
Redbird away trapping. Our mule get loose. Come back yesterday.
I'd like to see it.
Mule in shed. Come.
You say the mule was bitten.
Hind leg bleed. Maybe wolf or dog bite.
Squaw talk too much. Here, mule.
Yes, it was bitten all right. Part of the flesh torn off.
That heals soon. Bite not bad.
You say this mule's been loose? How long?
Him gone 2 days.
Maybe wolf or dog bite him.
Redbird, I'm going to have to stay in your village for a few days. Will you take me to the chief?
Come.
Breakfast tasted good. We better get out to the still and get to work. Not many hours of daylight this time of year.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Hand me that parka, will you? I swear, you get lazier every day. And I ain't too lazy to have good ideas.
Hey, here comes Redbird.
I wonder what he wants. He ain't had time to drink up all that tarantula juice he bought yesterday.
Hello, Redbird. Come on in.
You want more fire water? No, me want talk. White man come to village.
A white man? When?
Yesterday. Who is he? Him say him police. Police?
Did he say anything about the fire water?
Him not know. Him say him come look at animals. Look at animals?
Sounds crazy, Nick. We better vamoose fast.
Him make talk with chief. Him say maybe him shoot Redbird's mule. Maybe you help Redbird stop him. Why does he want to shoot your mule? Mule go away, get bite on leg. Leg not hurt bad. Him say mule get sick, must shoot. Him say mad wolf bite mule.
Oh, he ain't after us, Nick. Must be a rabies scare.
Yeah, but it ain't healthy to have him around. Redbird, he ain't got no right to shoot your mule. Don't let him do it. Chief say him law. Chief say Redbird do what law say. Now, we know white men's law better than the chief. Well, you need that mule. They cost many furs. Me know. Me trade furs for firewater. Any other animals in the village you want to shoot? Dog of Kula, him sick. Police say him watch dog 2-3 day, maybe shoot. Kula not like.
Nick, maybe we better get out.
Well, if I were you, I wouldn't stand for it, Redbird. Why don't you and Kula get rid of him, What you mean? Well, he's all alone, ain't he? Him sleep in tent. You've got a good knife. Tonight when he's asleep, use it. You mean kill?
But Nick, a mountie.
You and Kula can take him out and bury him. Well, he just disappear. Nobody will know what happened to him. Then you won't have to shoot your mule. Me no like kill white man. Maybe more white men come. We'll talk to 'em if they do. We'll say no white man was here. Oh, you see, we got a mule, too. I don't want him shot. I tell you what I'll do. Here are 2 bottles of firewater. I'll give 'em to you if you get this white man out of the way. You give firewater? Yep. You don't have to give me any furs for it. Me ask Kula. You better do it tonight. He might shoot your mule tomorrow. And it'll be too late. Maybe.
Oh, hello, White Fawn. You want to see me?
Redbird gone. Him not know me talk to you.
I hope you understand why I think your mule should be shot. Redbird doesn't.
Redbird angry. Me come to ask you not shoot mule. Redbird got no furs to trade now. Him poor.
Why, I thought Redbird was the best trapper in the village.
Him get many furs before white men come.
White men? Well, there aren't any white men in the village, are there?
Them near village.
Does Redbird trade them furs?
Me no tell. Redbird beat me.
Does he trade them for bottles?
You know? You know about firewater?
Not exactly, White Fawn, but I may find out tomorrow.
Not shoot mule?
Not unless I have to.
You are a good man.
Thank you, White Fawn.
Darkness had fallen over the Yukon, and King, Preston's big lead dog, paced back and forth in Andy Carruthers' small cabin.
Well, poor old fella. You're lonesome for your master, ain't you? Wished I could explain to you that's for your own good he's making you stay here. Now, come on. I'll put this rope on your collar, take you outside for a while. You're going to have to quiet down. It's way past my bedtime, but I can't sleep with you whining and scratching me out all the time. Come on, Will. Hey, come back here. King! Condescending pulled that rope right out of my hand. Here, King, come back here. He's gone. Preston's going to take my head off for letting him get away. Well, ain't nothing I can do about it.
Sergeant Preston was sleeping soundly in his tent in the Indian village when he was awakened by a warm tongue licking his face.
What? Why, King, old fella, how'd you get here? Oh, I see. Rope on your collar. You broke away from Andy. You shouldn't have come, boy. All right, fella. Lie down here beside me. Can't help being glad to see you. I missed you.
Everything was dark and silent in the Indian village. The wind had died down and the trees stood motionless. Beneath their shadows, two figures stole silently toward Sergeant Preston's tent on moccasined feet. As they neared the tent, one of them drew a long knife, as the other silently pulled back the flap of the tent. Then suddenly a gray form hurtled through the air.
Take dog away! Take dog! Ow!
What is it? All right, fella. Good boy. Guard him, King. Don't move, whoever you are. Now, that dog will tear you to pieces. Well, it's Redbird. Guess I'd better take that knife. All right, King, off him, boy. Get up, Redbird. I'm going to tie you and keep you here until morning.
Preston sat in Redbird's cabin as the pale Yukon dawn broke over the hills. Redbird sat stolidly before him as Preston talked to him kindly.
I know you're not a bad Indian, Redbird. Last night you were full of firewater. That's why you did what you did. The mounted police are here to help the Indians in the Yukon, not to harm them.
You want shoot mule?
Now, I know it's hard for you to understand that, but if you'll help me, I'll see that you get another mule.
Him good man, Redbird.
I could arrest you and have you hanged for trying to murder me. But if you'll help me, I won't do that.
What me do?
I want you to get more firewater from these white men today. Have you any furs to trade?
Them give me 2 bottles today for kill you.
Oh, so it was their idea. They'd be rid of me, and you'd get the blame. Now, I want you to go and collect those bottles, Redbird. Don't tell what happened last night. King and I will follow you. Come on, we'll go to their cabin.
Gosh, guess Redbird ain't wasting any time collecting. Hello, Redbird. Come in.
Oh, did you do it? Did you and Kula get him?
Sit down. Tell us what happened.
Yeah, I got your firewater already. 1 bottle for you and 1 for Kula. Here it is.
Tell us, Redbird. Did you kill the white man or did Kula?
Put up your hands under arrest. Watch him, King.
A Mountie. You got nothing on
You know
us.
better than that. You're selling liquor to the Indians.
Well, we wasn't selling it.
You were giving it to him as a reward for murdering me. Thanks to this dog, it didn't work out that way. Get together. I'm handcuffing you. What's these men, King? Redbird. Get all the furs these men have. The furs that you and the rest of your tribe traded for liquor. We'll take them back to the village and distribute them among your people. If any dogs or mules are sick, these furs will get more for you.
You can't take our furs.
I'm taking you back to Dawson. You won't need them in jail.
From March 7th, 1946, the Challenge of the Yukon on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Would you do me a favor and thank this radio station and support their advertisers? It is their kindness and courtesy that allows us to be with you each and every time we roll around here on your favorite radio station. And if you miss a day on this station, you don't have to miss a single show. Our shows are always available through iHeartRadio, Spotify, Spreaker, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Amazon, Facebook. Just search for Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. That is Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. And you can also hear them on my webpage, which is classicradio.stream. That's classicradio.stream. You can hear the shows. You can learn more about classic radio collecting. You can even contact me there and find our social media links, classicradio.stream. Thanks for tuning in, and tell all your friends the great radio shows are right here at this spot on the dial. Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox on your favorite radio station.